Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Hope everyone's having an excellent day. Let's get to the videos.
Open that portal. Like, so, for instance, if you believe in ojo, a lot of our people like to do that, and they wear the little bracelet. That's white witchcraft, whether they want to admit it or not. There's no such thing as a good witch or doing all that stuff. You're bringing all the deities and bad frequency that comes along with that. So you're manifesting that into your reality.
Something crazy happened to Lady Gaga at a concert. Check this out. In this song called Judas, she claims to be in love with the disciple who betrayed Jesus. She openly mocks repentance, saying that in a biblical sense, she's too far gone, and that Judas is actually the demon that she clings to. And then this happens. This pole slams on her head, forces her to shut down the concert, giving her a concussion. She openly mocks the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And the Bible says God will not be mocked. If you know that Jesus Christ is King, share this and follow from.
That's why you don't mock God.
They caught one on camera.
Babe? Are you upstairs?
Leave or sage the house or something. If this is real, I don't really see like a stand or anything that's keeping that up.
Nope. Nope.
So we're back for episode 2 of We're Living in a Simulation. You know what else tells me that we're living in a simulation? These big ass expensive car washes. You're telling me that for $5 you're gonna use 100 gallons of water, and there's no one here except for me. I did pay my $5. There's a guy they're paying to fix their shit for $5. How many gallons of water are we using? Their electricity is on 24/7. I guess it shuts off at night. But what is this? It's like a $3 to $5 million building. Water. Their water bill is probably more than my mortgage. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's not real. It's not real.
I don't think it could be a simulation, maybe a money laundering. I've never seen a car wash that's empty on the weekends. Usually they're like full to capacity.
China, they have successfully combined human genes with monkey genes and have started growing babies. But like they said, like Spain and American scientists are like coming to China to like observe it because it's illegal in pretty much every country in the world. So China's doing it.
But so they're like, well, let's get in on it.
The whole point of it is to grow them so that they could harvest human organs for transplants and stuff.
So are you saying this is kind of like the technology that we talked about previously, like them just making humans, but they're taking the ape DNA and human DNA.
Yeah.
They're taking that same technology, but doing it with the animals.
They were successful and they killed the embryo after it being alive for 20 days because they're like, well, we don't actually know if it's going to have like a human brain.
It's a bad time to realize that.
Yeah. It's like,
that's like an astronaut, his dream to become an astronaut. And he just gets in the rocket ship and he's literally on his way to space. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Wait a second. I'm afraid of space. Oh no. Is that inhuman?
They messing with stuff they have no business messing with. Like, what if that monkey hybrid wound up having a human brain and is not trying to hear none of that and it wound up attacking them?
Breaking UFO news. Michelle Reyes and her daughter were filming the view from their airplane window near LaGuardia Airport over New York City when they captured something unbelievable. While they were recording, a mysterious, dark, cylinder-shaped object zipped past them at a very high rate of speed, a moment now frozen in her viral video. Was this a UFO? As it turns out, even another passenger witnessed this incredible object, intensifying the intrigue. Although the object is dark, if you look closely you can see light reflecting off of one area. Reyes initially reported it to the FAA as she was concerned about it being a potential safety hazard, and then took to social media to share the footage. The public's reaction to this video seems to be electric. Was this a non-human intelligence UFO, similar to other cylinder-shaped sightings in the past? What do you think it was?
Either it's something from the government that's no one testing. Not sure why I got caught next to an airplane, or it's some non-human machinery that happened to fly by. We're seeing this stuff more and more every day, so not too surprising.
If you're enjoying this video and this type of content, I make videos like this several times a week. It'll be so cool if you hit the subscribe button and come join me on my next video.
People who expose the truth.
Leftover parts of almonds and the ones that are broken and unsightly, and we can use those to make milk. And it's just a few almonds and some canola oil and some high fructose corn syrup, some flavorings, and we blend it up and we sell it for like $8 as a health food product. It's not a health food product. So almond milk is high in phytic acid that sucks minerals out of your bones. You have to take more minerals. And it's also high in oxalates, which are the things that are causing kidney stones and things that are causing gout and joint pain when you wake up. Even if you have really bad skin and you're eating a ton of these high oxalate foods like almond milk and kale smoothies and all, this can be why, because it's making tiny razor sharp calcium oxalate crystals in your skin that are coming out. So I don't recommend almond milk. So then we say, well, oat milk. Okay, that is the biggest scam on the planet right now. It raises your blood sugar as much as drinking a Coke.
And I drink almond milk. Maybe I'd throw it away after what he just said on that.
What you're looking at is a quiet neighborhood in Memphis for right now. I'm gonna walk around here, y'all. Since I got y'all on live, if something happened to me, let me know y'all up in here. So if something happened to me, y'all can't say, well, we was on the live and saw what happened to. I'm going around the house, y'all. All right, this is where I've been hearing my bedroom window. It's right there. Oh Lord, y'all, here comes somebody. We gotta pause it. Here comes somebody. All right, they passed. Okay, I'm pushing my light there, y'all. That's where something jumps off of my house and over my fence. And I'm right there at the window. I can hear it so good. My camera will start making some kind of noise, you know, like it's messing with the electricity or something when it happens. Let me know if y'all see something. I'm trying. I don't want to mess with the neighbor.
That's respectful. She didn't want to mess with the. I'm generally curious what that could be. She's saying it's not a raccoon, but something messing with the electricity and jumping over a fence. You can hear it so loud through her window when it's coming from the roof to the fence. I don't know what that could be. If you guys have any idea, leave a comment below and let me know.
Videos of the Chinese kindergartners being absolutely elite at everything that they do. They occupy 90% of my brain power right now. In kindergarten, they just hand them a basketball and they say, time to work on your handles. Look at this. We have a generation full of iPad kids, and this is what they're doing. They're just elite at everything they do. They're more advanced than probably 8th graders now in America. These are all our, look at this, look what they're doing. These are all our future bosses. This isn't like, look, they even know how to cook. This isn't like, oh, we went down the local gymnastics and these are the top of the top. No, this is just like, recess. Time to work on your cooking skills and how to be the absolute greatest. Look at this. They just give them basketballs. I need to know more, and I'm going to find out more. I know a lot about Japanese baseball culture. It's crazy, but I need to know more. This is unbelievable.
This is probably Chinese propaganda. If you know anything about the CCP, they put out like videos that's not always telling the truth. They hide a lot of stuff. So, of course, they're going to show the kids doing all this physical on a video, but who knows if this all the kids or this just really rich people, parents that work for the government. I don't believe that all the kids are doing this when there's so many bad things that go on China that we don't know about, that I know about because I read about it and see videos on the people that's living in China that's exposing it at the risk of them getting in trouble by the CCP.
Imagine trying this in American public school. I'm serious. Can you imagine it? One of the kids would start crying. The other be like, why is my basketball not inflated like the other basketball? Then the other one would call their parents. We're doomed. We're doomed.
So you're telling me that in 2024, a group of people on a boat can see something strange coming out the water that no one has ever seen, and it doesn't make national news? These people right here, check this out. So these folks right here were on a dinner cruise, correct? And all of a sudden they see a strange light coming out the ocean. And this is something that no one has ever seen before. But it doesn't make national news. But I want you guys to have a look, and you let me know what you think this is in the comment section. Check this out.
Some guys were flying.
I saw a UAP while I'm on a boat. That's super terrifying. I think that's more terrifying than being on an airplane personally.
A drone over the Grand Canyon. And whether this story is real or not, it's just being circulated right now on social media. So you guys tell me what you think.
These men went to the forbidden area of the Grand Canyon and saw something that should not exist. Just a few days ago, a group of explorers were taking one of their new drones for a test flight across the Grand Canyon. Everything went well, but as the drone got deeper into the canyon, they saw an enormous structure appear in the distance, which was nothing like ever seen before. This is when they had realized that they were flying over the restricted area of the Grand Canyon, and just moments later, their drone got shut down by a military personnel. This got them curious, and the group wanted to find out what that structure was, so they waited until nighttime and set out. They carefully jumped over the restricted fence, and after an hour of walking, they began seeing the building in the distance. As they got closer, the explorers realized that it wasn't an ordinary structure, but an ancient one that was carved into the mountains of the canyon. There were massive statues around it, and that's when they began hearing strange sounds coming from inside. The team made their way in, and this is when they saw the impossible: dinosaurs.
A whole ecosystem inside of the Grand Canyon. There's trees, there's animals. In fact, they even say there's dinosaurs in there.
Check this out, y'all. Look at this. Y'all seen this? Do y'all see that? Hold on, let me slow it down for y'all. Check this out. Remember, they said these people will start showing themselves. Do you guys see that? Bro. And that's not a filter neither, because as soon as she seen this, like, she tried to hide her face. Y'all see that? It's literally like Blade, bro. Are you kidding me? Bro, look at her hands. Look at her hands when it comes out the jacket pocket, y'all. Look at, again, she tries to hide her face. They literally are amongst us. Look at that, huh? Bro, when they said we were gonna start seeing these people, I didn't think it was gonna be this quick, but look at that, y'all. It looks like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. She literally looks like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. And she's tall too, bro. She's lanky. So what do you guys make what's going on here? Again, he ran into her when he was on her way home, trying to ask her what kind of music she listened to, and he was met with this surprise, and she was surprised as well, y'all. Look at this, y'all. It's crazy.
At first, I thought I was maybe somebody with a medical condition. But when I saw them hands, I was like, yeah, maybe that is a vampire. You better get away before they suck your blood.
Y'all, our life is a movie. The movie they live is now.
And yes, I know vampires can't be out on the daytime, but that's what they tell you in fiction. We don't know what it's like in real life.
Now starting to show itself, y'all. The movie they live, right? The people with the eyes to see are going to see clearly now who really are these people. Age of Aquarius is going to show you some things you really aren't ready for, y'all. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace out.
Okay, I don't know what this is, but this is freaking me out. I bit into this apple and kept biting, and it was delicious, really delicious, until I got to that. What is that? And as you can see, I took a little bit of a bite out of it, and it really grossed me out because this is soft. The apple is perfect until you get to that. It's like a thing in the apple. It's like a tumor, an apple tumor or something. I have no idea what this is. But, oh yeah, okay, so it separates right from it. What is this? Okay. And I'm telling you, this part was delicious. You couldn't tell any difference, but this is, I bit that thing, and it wasn't just the texture, it tasted nasty. What is this? Oh my gosh. What is going on? Get it all over my computer. Gross. What is this? Okay, there's more. It honestly looks like another little apple inside the big apple. This is something out of Alien. If I get killed here in my tour bus, you guys have video evidence of what ate me. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. I've never seen this before.
I thought that was fascinating, so I wanted to look it up real quick. Apparently, it happens when apples are still warm and they start to ripen too quickly.
It took years to come out about it because I basically lost my whole family over this.
No way.
Yeah.
You came out of the closet?
Yeah.
No,
But yeah,
tell me, what happened?
So 2010, I came home. I was working on this big project called Fort Terra Nova, which I built. And Fort Terra Nova it was on the History Channel, a Countdown to Apocalypse, the Nostradamus episode. And anyway, so I was working on this project. I come home, I'm looking at ESPN, and I'm looking at sports at about 9 o'clock p.m. All the lights turn dim, the TV turns off, and I thought my kids were playing a trick on me because they lived up in the room behind me up on the second floor. And I look up, and there's nobody there. When I turn around, there were these two beings right there.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And, whew. Man, hold on.
Whoa.
Sorry.
No.
What do you have, big freak or something?
No.
So they were right there. I'm sitting in a chair about this high, so they were right here in my eyes. And,
Alex is freaking out right now. This is wild. Okay.
All right, let me get myself together.
No, take your time.
So they were there. They had the big almond eyes like you see on TV. I swear they did.
So you have two beings in front of you.
But they didn't look like they were real eyes. They looked like coverings of some type. And they didn't communicate with me through any kind of telepathy that I can tell, but I felt like my brain was shaking in my skull to the point where it started hurting, and I started screaming, but no sound was coming out of my throat. I can feel the air coming out, but I couldn't hear it myself.
And you were awake during this period. You weren't taking a nap or anything like that?
Taking a nap. No psychedelics.
Of course, yeah.
And my whole house, everyone was in. My wife at the time, my ex-wife was in the bedroom right behind the next wall. My girls were in that side of the house. A split floor plan. My boys were in that side of the house. The house was full of people. Nobody heard or saw anything. I was screaming. A few seconds later, it stops, and they turn around, and they don't walk like a person. They kind of dangle. So they kind of dangled away, and they went right through the wall, and then boom, the TV comes back, the lights come back to normal color. And that's when I went running around the house, and it was just traumatic for everybody, and it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. There was other reasons why, but I ended up just my one son, Giovanni. He's told me I'm scared to even come around you, and still to this day, he rarely ever calls me or comes around. It's like I lost my son. I made no money off of this. I got no exposure off of this. That's why I kept it quiet for so long. Lost my family, created a lot of dissension. I remember we were on the highway one day, and And my wife was driving at the time, my ex-wife, and she slammed on the brakes and, was like, just get out of the car, because the kids were scared. And I was like, I'm sticking to my story. I'm not changing my story because this really happened to me. And they just didn't want to hear it. But her parents were Jehovah's Witnesses, so everything was of the devil.
I felt like the host was very insensitive in the beginning. Eventually he stopped. But I felt like they was minimizing what he was saying. As far as his ex-wife, she doesn't sound like she was a good person. Leaving him over something that he truly believed happened to him. Instead of being there and supporting him. Even if it goes against your religion, her being a Jehovah's Witness, I still think that's messed up. Marriage is a very important and sacred thing.
So I'm in the mall. This place, so coming to the mall makes me realize we're living in a simulation. Like, this can't be real. Like, you're telling me this place right here that has 2 people working in there, they're selling enough hats. They're selling enough hats just to pay 2 employees. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not real. Also, like some of these stores, like, okay, like maybe, right? Like women's lingerie, underwear, whatever. The Buckle, I don't know. People still shopping there. I don't even know. Okay, like, how you're telling me this place, icing, sells enough $2 earrings to pay the rent? No way. And then this place, what do they do? They're selling nail polish and candles. There's no way. Or phone cases? No, not happening. This place, okay, they're selling Dreamcatcher earrings.
Most of these places aren't doing that well, hence why malls are dying.
And rocks? No, never met anybody that bought one of those from the mall. It's all fake. It's all fake. All of it.
If you've never heard about this is going to blow your mind.
In 1947, Admiral Richard Byrd embarked on a mission to Antarctica called Operation High Jump.
Is there any unexplored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
It's believed that following his passing, his son published his diary, revealing a curious flight over the Arctic. Byrd's log detailed encountering unusual weather and flying over mountains, forests, and even a green valley with a river. He claimed to have spotted mammoth-like creatures and disc-shaped aircraft with swastika markings. According to Byrd's account, he flew into the North Pole's opening and discovered Agartha, a utopian society within the hollow earth. The concept of Agartha dates back to ancient legends found in various cultures, depicting it as a place of advanced beings possessing wisdom and technology beyond human understanding. Byrd described encountering a man from this inner world, who warned of the dangers of atomic energy and humanity's impending doom. Upon his return, Byrd was sworn to secrecy and debriefed by security forces and medical personnel. The significance of Byrd's experience remains unknown, prompting speculation about the hollow earth theory and extraterrestrial life.
It would be so awesome if one day we can find out if this is 100% true with actual video footage. But then even still, people would be like, oh, well, that's just fake, a fake location or something like that. But it still would be cool to see if advanced beings underground, we could see them and interact with them. If they're not hostile, of course.
All right, going randonauting, and it took us to this shady park in the middle of nowhere, so let's see what we find. All we see so far is like trees, a bridge. I think we have to go over this bridge, and our location's a little down there. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Should we keep going? What the fuck? Oh my god, is she following us?
Not gonna lie, that actually got you. It actually scared me. I wasn't expecting that at all. That was a crazy jump scare.
What the fuck? Too scared to open my door.
Oh my fucking god, I swear to god, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my fucking.
No. Vamos a alumbrar qué, no, ja. Un niño, como un niño llorando, como un niño llorando.
Hey, excuse me. Nada. Are you doing dishes? I hope so.
Yeah, it's for Stan. I won't break them. Michelle's getting really good at the drums. So you might have some competition when you get back. We love you. We'll see you soon.
This is a snapshot of the film that was smuggled in 1991 out of a facility just south of Area 51. If I am truly in danger, that means that this film and this being is real. And God help me. But if I'm truly in danger and this being is real, that means the extraterrestrial program is also real. And I say, God help us all.
You did show me a slide of a comparison between the original version.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, folks, this is how it came. This is what Victor's VHS tape looked. There it is.
This is it.
Yeah. This is how the videotape came to Rocket Pictures, folks. On the right is the dramatic and darkened version for the documentary. But this is what Victor brought to Rocket Pictures. This bluish, where you can see the entire arms and thoracic cavity of the being. In this internal briefing from the DIA sent to me by someone who worked with the DIA years back, he must have from his contact, it said basically the time, date, who was in the viewing gallery watching this, which is called a thought projection interview, the facility that it was, what type of alien being ET this was, how the film was smuggled out of this top secret facility, and it wasn't S4, as Victor said. It was a facility called S2 Alpha, and we have the satellite photo of it. S2 Alpha. S2 Alpha is the building on top of the ground. It's got administration, and it's got the AHC beneath it, which is, there it is.
That's it.
That is the entrance to the alien housing complex, S2 Alpha, the S2 Annex. Folks, no one in ufology is going to bring you this. I have brought you this. You go down that ramp, you turn to the left, a guard comes out, he hooks up an exhaust to your car, you go in and exchange badges. Now beneath S2 Alpha is the AHC, the Alien Housing Complex. This is what I was told. The Alien Housing Complex. This is where extraterrestrials were held, were retained for Project Aquarius, which was the Alien Retention and Interrogation Program. That was the unofficial name of those in the program.
You guys didn't know Area 51 is a distraction, not where they house the aliens at. They actually have it where this guy just said they at. That's crazy. The fact that he even showed it. And the image looked just like a gray, which I always kind of find it funny because it's almost like every alien is gray. So it's like at some point somebody gotta be right. It had to come from somewhere.
No one explained this. You better wake up and find out. It's been around you all of your life. You just didn't see it. A classic example A humorous one to start with, a more serious later. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this. It's been around for a while. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Abe Lincoln was elected president in 1860. John Kennedy was elected president in 1960. The names Lincoln and Kennedy both contain 7 letters. Both presidents were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both the president's wives lost children while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday in the head. President Lincoln's secretary was named Miss Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Miss Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated Kennedy, in 1939. Both assassins were known by 3 names: John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald. Both names are comprised of 15 letters. President Lincoln was shot in a theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a car named Lincoln, made by Ford. John Wilkes Booth ran to a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Booth and Oswald were both assassinated before they could go to trial. And a week before Lincoln was shot, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A week before Kennedy was shot, he was with Marilyn Monroe.
Well, they say that they have been witnessing inside their home. Can you describe what it is they're telling you?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why Angel has pivoted from calling what he saw that night an alien instead, now calling it a demon, because he feels like he's seeing so much paranormal activity and just strange, unexplainable things happening inside of his home. There was 2 anecdotes, one in particular that we're about to show you that literally made the hairs on my arms stand up just because it is so freaky, so unexplainable. We have a segment of that part of the conversation. You mentioned paranormal activity. What exactly did you see?
Well, I was in another room. My brother called me. There was a upside down cross, and there was a Jesus section. And they ripped Jesus out of it. They threw him across the room, and it was floating upside down.
Are you saying floating in the air?
Yeah, like in the air. It was floating upside down.
What did you do? I mean, did you go and pick it up? Did you knock it down? No,
I didn't do nothing. I was just sitting there. I was crazy. I was like, what?
But how did it come down? It's not still floating right now, is it?
No, it came down. So we got closer to it and it dropped.
It fell to the ground. A crucifix floating in the air, upside down. The Jesus on the crucifix had been ripped off, and it was floating. And you can say definitively, without lies, that is what you saw.
Yes. Straight up, that's what I saw.
What do you believe that is? How could something like that happen? That's not physically possible in this world. And that's just one story of many stories of paranormal activity that's happened inside this house, according to Angel. He said that the family has had to take some really drastic measures to make themselves feel safe within their home. We're going to talk more about all of that paranormal activity tomorrow night on Manfield.
And one last question about just what their house, has become, because, typically people are rabid about stuff like this, and people will come from all corners of not just the country but the earth to visit places like this. Have they been inundated with tourists and looky-loos and people who are not maybe as kind as they should be when they arrive on the property?
Yeah, you bet. I mean, as you mentioned, this story sparked global attention. So everybody started coming to this house to get a peek at the backyard, hoping to catch a sight of a UFO or an alien or a a demon, whatever it was back there. And so that's the reason why you see so many no trespassing signs. If you just look in the distance, you see one on the window, there's one on the garage, on their front door there's a no trespassing sign, also a concealed carry sign that says that we will protect our property. So in the end, this has caught a lot of attention, and so much so that they're seeing around 4 or 5 cars almost each and every day, people stopping by, people even jumping over the fence, breaking into their home, trying to do whatever they can to catch a glimpse.
So distressing, Alex.
Personally, somebody was talking about demon on their property. There's no way I'm getting anywhere close to that. But I guess some people, they just want to see for themselves. Human curiosity, man.
Okay. So here they are. The sun is like right on them, so it might be hard for you guys to make out, but I'll get up closer. Gosh, initial look is like, what the heck? So just to the left, the plot thickens. So look up in this shaded spot. I just saw those. I think we got enough time. Let's go look at them real quick. Bit of a conundrum with the time, but I think if I hustle, we can hit both spots. So let's try it real quick. Okay, so here's the approach to the little side ruin off of the main 2. So this little window is what caught my attention. It's probably about 12 feet off the ground, just a sheer face, but it kind of continues over there. So let's go see if there's a way up back there. There's a little structure in the back here that's fallen down, but the main thing is just right up this little slab. It's not bad at all. So first thing that really sticks out to me are all these portholes. So quick count gives me 1, 2, 3, I see 10 different portholes, and they all seem like they're facing a different direction so that you can have like an overall commanding view of the field before you. It's just kind of like a rubble-filled slope below you. Let me try to give you guys a quick rundown. So right back here is where I came up, just a little ledge. The wall begins here, but I would guess that at one point it carried on further and it's just fallen down. And then once you get into the wall is where you start getting all the portholes. Wow, that's actually really intriguing. So this one faces right down the ledge that you have to walk up to get here. It also looks out, so that first little door of the granary was it's like right here, maybe 12 feet away from me. And so you'd also be able to see any approach to that. So you got the end of this wall, and then there's another doorway here, and this would eventually lead you into that second granary. But this one's fully closed up. There's no, portholes in there, which makes me think that was just purely a storage spot. It's an intriguing spot for sure with all these portholes. I've seen that a few different places here in the Southwest, and sometimes people say oh, that must be gun holes and stuff. These ruins here, this thing's at least 800 years old, so it was long before firearms ever came into the Americas. So my guess for these is they're not firing holes, because you couldn't get a bow and arrow lined up and shot out of that. I don't think. I think it was more just to spot. It's definitely intriguing, but I want to make sure we have plenty of time to check those others out.